For the beam loaded as shown by double integration method, determine the slope and deflection at points A, C, and D. EI is constant. So here's the figure. First, let's solve for the reactions at B. Reaction at B. So horizontal reaction at B is 0, so only the vertical reaction shall be computed. So we have moment E0, summation moment E0. So By times 12 minus 15 times 14 and minus 25 times 5, 2.5 plus 4 is 6.5. So 25 times 5 times 6.5. So By is equal to 2045 over 24 kilonewtons. Then we now set up moment equation for the entire span here in DE. X from A is our origin. This time A will deflect, therefore C sub 1 and C sub 2 are present, where C sub 1 is the slope at A and C sub 2 is the deflection at A. So call that X. So beginning with Vy, clockwise positive, remember. So we extend the loading so that the moment equation will also be applicable in this section. So this, take note, is 25 kilonewton per meter and its distance from A is x minus 10. So EIY double prime equals 2045 over 24 x minus 2. This distance is x minus 2. And minus 15 times x. Then plus this upward loading, 25 times quantity x minus 10. X minus 10 over 2, so that would be 12.5 x minus 10 square. Plus 12.5 x minus 10 square. And minus the moment of this loading, 25 times quantity x minus 5. This is x minus 5. This is 5, so this distance is x minus 5 times moment arm x minus 5 over 2, so that would be minus 12.5 times x minus 5 square. So that's it. So integrating once, EIY prime is equal to 2045 over 48 x minus 2 square minus 7.5 x square. 12.5 over 3 is 25 over 6 plus 25 over 6 quantity x minus 10 cube. Then minus 25 over 6 quantity x minus 5 cube. Then plus C sub 1. So this is the equation for slope. Then integrate again, EIY equals 2045 over 144 quantity x minus 2 cube. 7.5 over 3 is 2.5, so minus 2.5 x cube. 25 over 6 times 4 is 25 over 24 x minus 10 quantity to the fourth. Then minus 25 over 24 x minus 5 to the fourth plus C sub 1x plus C sub 2. So again, there are C sub 1 and C sub 2 because A will deflect. So we now enforce the boundary conditions. When x is 2, y is 0 here. So 0, this is 0, this is negative 2.5 cube, negative, so ignore, negative inside the parentheses, ignore. So plus C sub 1 times 2 plus C sub 2. So setting the first equation, 2C sub 1 plus C sub 2 equals 20. Call that equation 1. Then x is 14 at E, y is 0. So 0 equals 2045 over 144 times 12 cube. 14 minus 2 is 12 minus 2.5 times 14 cube plus 25 over 24 times 4 to the fourth. And minus 25 over 24, 14 minus 5 is 9, so 20 minus 25 over 24 times 9 to the fourth, plus C sub 1 times 14 plus C sub 2. So setting up the second equation, 14 C sub 1 plus C sub 2 equals negative 266,695 over 24, equation 2. You may eliminate C sub 2, subtracting equation 2 from equation 1, and you can solve C sub 1. Solving these two equations simultaneously gives us C sub 1 equals negative 927.69 and C sub 2 equals 1875.38. So divided by EI, C sub 1 is theta A, negative 927.69 over EI, and C sub 2 divided by EI is the deflection at A. Delta A is 1875.38 over EI. Then we set X is 5 to solve for the slope and deflection at C. So into this equation, EI theta C is equal to 2045 over 48 times 3 square, because 5 minus 2 is 3, minus 7.5 times 5 square. This is ignored because the quantity inside the matrices is negative. This is 0 when X is 5. Then the next term is plus C sub 1 plus negative 927.69. So theta C is equal to negative 735.75. Then X is 5 for the deflection. EI deflection at C is 2045 over 144 times 3 cube minus 2.5 times 5 cube. Ignore this term is 0. Then plus C sub 1 plus negative 927.69 times 5. Then plus C sub 2 1875.38. So we can now compute delta C. Delta C is equal to negative 2692.13 over EI. Then for theta D and delta D, set X equals 10. 2 plus 3 plus 5 is 10. So EI theta D is 2045 over 48 times 8 square. 10 minus 2 is 8. Minus 7.5 times 10 square. This is 0. And minus 25 over 6 times 5 cube. 10 minus 5 is 5. And plus C sub 1 plus negative 927.69. Solving for theta D. Theta D is 5 to 8.14 over EI. And finally, for delta D, into this equation, X is 10. So EI delta D is 2045 over 144 times 8 cube minus 2.5 times 10 cube. This is 0, then minus 25 over 24 times 5 to the 4th, and plus negative 927.69 times 10, and plus C sub 2 1875.38. So delta D can now be computed, negative 3 to 81.45 over EI. So I hope that you were able to follow the solution.